ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees in the house of his householder devotee Girish Chandra Ghosh, where he went on 25th of February 1885 on his way to see a drama, Rishaketu, in the Star Theatre. Now, the scene must be understood in a proper perspective. We know that Sri Ramakrishna is a God man, and he was no other than Rama and Krishna for the modern age. But we have to understand his way of life, daily routine, how he behaved, to show a model for us. So can you imagine Rama or Krishna going to a movie or a theatre for entertainment? Is beyond our imagination. We can never think. But the same personality appeared as Sri Ramakrishna in the modern age to give us a message that realization of God is possible by remaining where you are, by continuing to do what you are doing. We need to think that we have to give up our way of life or change our profession to attain the goal of life. So first of all, we have to identify the goal, लक्ष्य, हमारा मंजिल क्या है, कहाँ तक पहुँचना है, and then you see the way how to reach there, and third, you analyze whether you can reach there, you have the capacity. These 3 points must be clarified before you start a project. When you go to a destination in the railway platform, the booking clerk asks you, where do you want to go? What is your destination? You have to pronounce, I want to go to Delhi or Bombay or Chennai or Calcutta. You have to decide that first. Then they will ask, then you will ask them, what are the modes of transport? He will tell you, first class, second class, two-tier AC, first AC, these are the modes, these are the charges. Then you see for yourself whether you have the capacity to buy the ticket and board the train. These 3 are necessary. So here we find, whatever be the individual goals of our life, Sri Ramakrishna, in accordance with our old traditional values and wisdom, is reminding us the goal of every human being, literate or illiterate, rich or poor, male or female, Indian or foreign. The goal is same, that is realization of the divinity within, realization of God. He says in simple terms, ईश्वर दर्शन ही मनुष्य जीवन का उद्देश्य है. Most simple term, goal of life to see God. Now, this is not easy for us to understand. Who is God how to see him, how long to see him. This has been simplified by his chief disciple Swami Vivekananda, saying that each soul is potentially divine. Every one of us is divine. We are not creatures of hell. We are the children of the immortality. We are all divine. However, the divinity is hidden inside. It is in a potential form. You know, in the energy, those are students of science will be able to share that there are two kinds of energy. One is potential and the kinetic. The kinetic energy is vibrant, active. Potential energy is dormant. It is there, but it is not active. So the goal of life is to activate the dormant energy. Suppose you have electricity here in this room and the switches are all off. The electricity is there, but it's not visible. It's in potential form. As soon as you switch on, that potential energy becomes kinetic in the active form. Similarly, all of us have first of all to know that we have a potential source of infinite power within. This has to be first known. Most of us are ignorant. Unfortunately, the 99% people of the world, unfortunately, they are deprived of this salient information of life that they are divine. Most of the people, they think that they are the product of sin. They have not far to go. They are here to die as per their fate. They are ignorant people, unfortunately, and by the process of evolution, they will gradually come to this level of knowledge. To those knowledge dawns whom God bestows His grace. कृपा करके जिनको ज्ञान दान करते हैं वही भाग्यशील है. Fortunately, all of you who are here or who are connected with internet, with this YouTube channel, they are all fortunate. They are not ignorant. They have been given this knowledge that they are all divine. First point. And the goal is to realize this divinity. It's a very reasonable goal. I have the birthright to know who I am. Previously, whenever in our tradition, we are all fortunate to be born in this holy country, hallowed with the spirituality of thousands of years, which no other countrymen have this opportunity. We must know how fortunate we are. No country in the world has this fortune, having this rich heritage of spirituality. Now, how our process of education evolved. As before, the boys were sent to the school, Guru Griha. Finishing this study, they used to come back to the father, and father will ask, "What have you learnt, my boy?" He will say, "I have learned chemistry, I have learned physics, I have learned mathematics, Ganit, Ayurvedya, जो भी सीखा है बताएंगे." Then he'd ask finally, "Have you known thyself?" आपने के बारे में कुछ जानते हो? All your knowledge is objective of the secular world. Have you any knowledge of the subjective world, who you are? He said, "No." He said, "Go back with this order, Atmanam Vidhi, know thyself." Let us all ask, touching our heart, do we know ourselves? We know so many things. So many internet numbers are there, we know so many WhatsApp groups, so much of knowledge about Google. Will Google be able to tell you who are you? No. That knowledge you have to acquire. And that is the goal of life. See, Ramakrishna is saying, and Swami Vivekananda is repeating in the modern term, the goal of life is to manifest the divinity within. जो divinity छिपा हुआ है, आध्यात्मिकता छिपा हुआ है, so दिखाई पड़ना चाहिए. That must be radiated through your personality, that you are divine. Being a divine person, if you behave like animals, what is going on around us, that is very, very unfortunate and shameful. In order to react, I take a diversion. There's a lot of proactive programs are being designed to react the atrocities going on around us by taking violent moves. I'm unfortunate to say, even the highest intellectuals of country is participating in this view, take a violent reaction to this violent action. Buddha has said, sin cannot be washed by sin. Darkness cannot be removed by darkness. If you want to remove darkness, bring a light. नकारात्मक सोच को नकारात्मक चिंतन के द्वारा नाश नहीं किया जाता है. सकारात्मक सोच चाहिए. तो सकारात्मक सोच क्या है? Let us all try to be aware of our divinity and inspire others to awaken the divinity within them, so they will know what is good, what is bad. Nobody is wrong. You have to understand, sympathize. Unfortunately, इनका ऊर्जा देवत्व दबा हुआ है. Now, how to arouse their divinity? By being divine ourselves. First, that is the tall order Sri Ramakrishna is giving, that we have to realize the divinity within. First, to know that we are all divine. There is no doubt about it. Now, people may ask, what is the proof that we are divine? Proof is in the proof of pudding is in the eating. You try to be divine and you will realize divinity within. आपका स्वयं का अनुभव होगा. जीवन का रूपांतर जानने के लिए दो चीज होता है. एक स्वयं वेद्य, दूसरा परसंवेद्य. एक है स्वसंवेद्य, अर्थात यू नो योर सेल्फ. दूसरा अदर्स विल नो that there is a change. I will give an example. Suppose you are very, very hungry. बहुत दिन खाया नहीं, आपको चेहरा में दिखाई पड़ेगा आपको भोजन का जरूरत है. You start eating food. First you will know that your stomach is being filled. And by seeing your countenance, others will know that he is now satisfied. When you are full, your countenance will reveal that you are satisfied. Similarly, when we become divine, we know ourselves first, and others will know. That is the way to change the world, first by changing ourselves. Now, this is the goal. And what is the way? Sri Ramakrishna is saying, way is call on God sincerely while continuing to do whatever you are. That is a very peculiar prescription he is giving, which is never heard in the history of the spirituality. He is giving an advice to Mr. Atul Ghosh, brother of Girish Chandra Ghosh, who was an advocate in Calcutta High Court. He says, what is the way? He was expecting Sri Ramakrishna to say, you will give up your profession and take to the full-time course of repeating God's own name. He said, no. तुम ये भी करो वो भी करो. Simple. ये वो करो वो करो. Those who know Bengali will understand how simple it is. ये भी करना वो ये भी करना, मतलब तुम जो कर रहे हो करते रहो. If you are a student, continue to be a student. If you are a professional, continue to be a professional. If you are a housewife, continue to be a housewife. Do not change your first. But lekin add something. That adding is something more important. You augment your life by calling on God. Number 2. Now, calling on God is, this is the way. This is the way and this is the goal. And you have to ask yourself, can you do it? Whether you have the capacity. Now, Sri Ramakrishna says, everyone is competent to realize God. There is no other qualification is necessary. Our Shastra says that there is the 3 qualifications are necessary. 3 prerequisites for reaching your goal. And they occur very rarely by the grace of God only. Shankaracharya says, Durlabham trayame baitat devanugraha hetukam. 3 things are very durlabh, rare to be attained. Swayam eva etat. 3 things. What are the durlabh? Rarely achievable. And is achieved by Deva Anugraha Hetukam, by the grace of gods. Whomsoever God's grace descends, they are endowed with these 3 rare qualities. What are they? Manushyatam, Mumukshuttam, Mahapurusha Sangshayaha. 3 things are rare. First is the human body. Now stand before a mirror, ask yourself, do I look human or do I look an animal? Naturally, the answer would be that you are a human being. Please remember, never give in to any animal propensity. Do not behave like an animal which is being done around us, because they have forgotten that they are human beings. They stand before a mirror and confirm who they are. We are human. Let us accept that we are human beings. That is all the qualification is 33%. 1/3 mark is over. All of us we have. Secondly, Mahapurusha Sangshraya, the company of the holy. That's that I said that only 1% of the entire human being are endowed with this rare opportunity of being touched with the divine knowledge. You are all fortunate because you are connected with the literature of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda. You are all thoroughly connected, you are conversant, you are in touch with Mutt, you are in touch with the saints and seers. So that qualification is also 10% available to us. So 66.66% you have achieved. Third is the third subject, Mumukshuttam, the desire to reach the goal. Now that is the questionable, because after having these 2 qualities, most of us are negligent or careless. We fail to understand that we are bound to reach the goal provided we have the interest. तीव्र इच्छा होना चाहिए. यहाँ पर this is the topic for today, that लक्ष्य में पहुँचने के लिए आपका तीव्र इच्छा होना चाहिए. You must be having intense appetite, longing, yearning to reach wherever you want to go. Unfortunately, we fix a goal. We have the qualification, that's why we have filled up the forms. But having filled the forms, we lose the confidence. We feel that we will not be able to reach the goal. There we make a mistake. There must be tremendous faith and confidence on us, not on anyone else. आत्म श्रद्धा, आत्म विश्वास होना चाहिए कि मेरे पास मंजिल में पहुंचने के लिए सब कुछ है. I have the human being I have the company of the holy, I have knowledge and मैं पहुंच जाऊंगा. बस, that's all. You have reached the goal. That is the thing necessary. Here Sri Ramakrishna says that intense longing is necessary. Now, that is the question asked here. Here we come to the topic now. One Brahmin is asking this very valid question. This question shared by all of us. Can a man realize God in one birth? क्या एक जन्म में होता है? Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, it has been said, it is a very valid question. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, अनेक जन्म संसिद्धो ततो जाति परम गतिम. Sri Krishna delivers a message to Arjuna. It's a long message, the entire Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses. The question arose, such difficult method can one achieve in one life? Sri Krishna says, no. It takes lives together. जन्म जन्मांतर का साधन होने के बाद ही मंजिल तक पहुंचेंगे. We become discouraged. Reading that we feel that may not be in this birth, we cannot have it. But the significance of Sri Ramakrishna is God has come again in this form to take us to the goal in this life. That is his job. We are all fortunate. He says, इस जीवन में ही, ये नहीं बोला जो ईश्वर दर्शन अगले जन्म में करो. इस जन्म में, हियर एंड नाउ, दिस लाइफ, यू हैव टू रीच द गोल. एंड आई एम टेलिंग द वे. इस जन्म में कैसे करोगे, यही प्रश्न है. एक जन्म में होता है. श्री रामकृष्ण रिप्लाई इज, व्हाई शुड यू आस्क दैट? It is said that in Kali Yuga, anybody can achieve the perfection. Is anything impossible for the grace of God? We have to understand that we are here not by our own might. We are here, whatever we are at the moment is possible due to grace of God. पहले ही बताया, ये मनुष्य जन्म जो मिला है, perhaps you do not know what is the importance of the human. It is said in our Shastras, 74 लाख योनियों अतिक्रम करके मनुष्य जीवन मिलता है. A human birth is possible after crossing 74 lakhs of births. We have not started now. We started from the animal life, from the life of plants and vegetation. They are gradually become insects, then different types of birds, animals, finally monkeys, and finally got this human birth. After long waiting. That is done, it is said, by the grace of God. We have already graced. Sri Ramakrishna said, if you have already received the grace of God, nothing is impossible for you. This we must register in our mind. Swami Vivekananda is repeatedly telling us, please tell your mind, nothing is impossible. Sky is the limit. You have the power. Be convinced, have faith in an infinite power. And grace of God is with you. Anything can happen. Miracle is a miracle, but miracles happen. The miracle that out of millions of people you are here today is not by accident, is by grace of God. You are a proof of the grace of God. अगर ईश्वर इतना तक कर दिया, बाकी भी कर देंगे. Is there. We have to believe in us, believe in the goodness of God's power. Now with this he says, what is the way out? श्री रामकृष्ण गिव इट नाउ द वे. पहले बताए गोल क्या है, अभी बता रहा हूँ व्हाट इज द वे. One should pray to God with sincere longing. The solution is call on God with sincerity, and Sri Ramakrishna is ensuring God cannot but listen to sincere prayers. This is the weakness of God. Sri Ramakrishna saying, the weakness of a mother is the cry of the child. अगर बच्चा रोते हैं, आप लोग अधिकांश मदर नहीं हो, जो मदर से समझेगा, जब बच्चा रोते हैं तो माँ का दिल धड़कता है. जहाँ भी रहें उनको जाना ही पड़ेगा. She cannot protect. That is the inner attraction of a baby to its mother. And you might have seen, you might not have experienced in your life, you must have seen that how a mother feels for her child, for a baby. Sri Ramakrishna says, God feels the same attraction to us because we are His children. God is our mother. Holy Mother Saradavi says, मैं तुम्हारा जन्म जन्मांतर का माँ हूँ. ऐसी वैसी माँ नहीं है. You have a mother, biological mother in every life, but I am an eternal mother. Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi. This picture you are seeing behind me. On the left of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Sharda Devi, know for sure, she is your eternal mother, Jagat Janani. बराबर के लिए है. अगर आप उनको पुकारोगे, उनको आना ही पड़ेगा. ही इज टेलिंग हियर, कन्फर्मिंग. पुकार के देखो. सो नाउ, बट इज ए क्वालिफिकेशन. यू हैव टू कॉल सिंसियर. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड वेरी डिटेल्स. यू हैव टू कॉल सिंसियरली. द पर्सन इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट. ही इज आस्किंग एवरी पॉइंट. आपको व्याकुलता से पुकारना पड़ेगा. श्री रामकृष्ण कहते हैं, अंतर से व्याकुल होकर उन्हें पुकारना चाहिए. अंतर की पुकार वे अवश्य सुनेंगे. Now this message was being given to the advocate Atul. He is a sincere person. He knows his limitations, as we all know our limitations. He is frankly disclosing. He is quiet. Sri Ramakrishna is saying, क्यों वैसी दृढ़ता व्याकुलता नहीं होती? अतुल is confirming, मन कहाँ ईश्वर में रह जाता है. It's true. Sri Ramakrishna is asking that all is silent. What is worrying you? Is it that you haven't that grit, that intense restlessness for God? That is our problem. We all want to realize God, but you do not have that intense longing which necessitates to respond to our call. This comes down to a real life problem. व्याकुलता से कैसे होगा? व्याकुलता तो है नहीं. हम पुकारते हैं और वो पुकार भगवान का कान पर पहुंचता नहीं. ये तो फैक्ट है. ठाकुर कहते हैं व्याकुल से पुकार, व्याकुलता कैसे होगा? अतुल कहते हैं व्याकुलता हमारा है नहीं. दिस इज द पॉइंट बॉइल्स डाउन. अतुल इज आस्किंग, हाउ कैन वी कीप आवर माइंड ऑन गॉड? इसे व्याकुलता कैसे होगा? श्री रामकृष्ण इज गिविंग द सॉल्यूशन. दिस इज द टॉपिक फॉर टुडे. अभ्यास योगा. By practice that we can do. We cannot have intense longing all on a sudden. There's a qualitative change of our mind. But all what can do is practice, अभ्यास योगा. मन कहाँ ईश्वर पर रह पाता है? इसका उत्तर है श्री रामकृष्ण अभ्यास योगा. What is the mean? He says, simple. प्रतिदिन उन्हें पुकारना का अभ्यास करना चाहिए. एक दिन में नहीं होता, रोज पुकारते पुकारते व्याकुलता आ जाती है. This is the solution. We don't have to go anywhere, nor spend a single penny, not meet any master. Solution is within us. We have to develop our longing for God. That is possible by constant practice every day. परिष्कार लिखा है, प्रतिदिन करना चाहिए. अभ्यास योगा, the yoga of practice. You should practice calling on God every day. It is not possible to succeed in one day. Through daily prayer, you will come to long for God. ये हो जाएगा अगर दैनंदिन आप भगवान को पुकारोगे. भगवान के प्रति आपको आकर्षण आना ही पड़ेगा. सपोज यू आर डूइंग योर स्टडीज़. स्टडीज़ में सक्सेस क्यों नहीं होता है? क्योंकि आप रेगुलर नहीं करोगे. एक दिन पढ़ोगे, एक दिन नहीं पढ़ोगे. दिस इज कॉल्ड द ग्रेट ब्यूटी ऑफ द योगा ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट मेनी योगाज, कर्म योगा, राज योगा, भक्ति योगा, एटसेट्रा. श्री रामकृष्ण इज एडवाइसिंग अस अभ्यास योगा. The problem of our life is our mind is very restless. And Swami Vivekananda is saying the secret of success in life is concentration of mind. But when you try to concentrate the mind, then you find that mind is beyond our control. So this problem was referred by Arjuna to Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 6, verse 34. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balabhadrinam. Tasyaham nigraham manne vayuriva sudishkaram. Hey Krishna, what you are saying, the controlling of the mind, that I find is impossible, because mind is very restless, it is vibrant, it is obstinate and very mighty. What to do? Sri Krishna is saying, Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano. The next verse, verse 35. Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigrahancha. He does not pin him down. He comes down to his level and acknowledges, yes, what you are saying is correct. Whomsoever of you will try to concentrate the mind, you try to make the mind steady, he will understand how difficult it is to control the mind. When you are moving in a vehicle, how fast you are moving, you put your foot at the brake दबाओ, पता चलेगा कितना तेजी से गाड़ी भाग रहा था. जोल्ट लगेगा. जो गाड़ी चलाना जानते हैं वो कभी फुल स्पीड गाड़ी में पूर्ण ब्रेक नहीं देता है, कल उलट जाएगा. हाउ restless is your mind will be revealed to you when you sit down and try to control the mind. होगा ही नहीं, तुम्हारा पहुंच के बाहर है. This problem was raised, so Sri Krishna gives two golden solution. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena te grihate. This apparently uncontrollable mind can be brought under control by abhyas and vairagya. Constant practice, what is saying by Sri Ramakrishna. And he says vairagya means detachment. Now, when we hear about vairagya, we become afraid. Vairagya means something which is beyond our reach. Fortunately, here Sri Ramakrishna has deleted that clause. Special concession for us, because Sri Krishna now appeared in Sri Ramakrishna and he understands our limitations. He did not intimidate us with such high-sounding words, because he knows that even one prescription is enough. If we tell vairagya, then people will get away. He is not telling us to do any vairagya here. He says only practice. You will kindly agree that practice is the golden solution for success. Anybody does practice. जो शिल्पी है, जो कलाकार है, वो कितना रिवाज करते हैं. रिवाज बिना तो शिल्पी नहीं बन सकता है. रिवाज इज प्रैक्टिस. एन इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट, वोकलिस्ट कितने घंटा हो रिवाज करते हैं, तभी ना बनेगा. आप लोग जो पढ़ाई करते हो बारंबार एक ही चीज़, गणित में कितना बार गणित एक ही चीज़ करना पड़ता है. तो प्रैक्टिस इज द सॉल्यूशन. श्री रामकृष्ण इज सेइंग एंड ऑल ऑफ अस एग्री, द गोल्डन रिवॉर्ड ऑफ practice abhyas. Now when we come to the text, the source of the mental psychological book, that is Patanjali's Yoga Shastra, 4,000 years old. Maharishi Patanjali, he wrote a book, Patanjali Yoga. There he writes, he discovered that how to control the mind. They say, abhyasa vairagya bhamta nirodhaha. By abhyasa, the same thing as Sri Krishna says. By twofold method, abhyasa and vairagya, the mind can be controlled. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is not talking about vairagya at the moment. He's talking about abhyas. So let us take up that subject. Now, what is vairagya? What is abhyas? That Patanjali is saying that tatra sthita, he is telling in the verse number 12, chapter 1, abhyasa vairagya bhamta nirodha, arthat by repetition of this practice over a long period and by withdrawing the mind from other and concentrating on one subject is called vairagya. Now, what is abhyas? That is our question. Sri Ramakrishna says to abhyas, tatra sthitau jatno abhyasaha. Verse 13, Sutra. Arthat, wherever you want to concentrate your mind, either to your study or to God or to your food, whatever you are doing, the secret is you have to concentrate the mind on that subject. So, keeping the mind on that point is called abhyas. Repeatedly, barangbar. How it can be done? That he is telling by Sutra number 14. That we have to remember. 3 things are necessary to make this abhyasa yoga successful in our life. Satu dirgha kala nainartinya satkara asevito dridhabhumi. This abhyas practice will become successful if it is done with 3 qualifications. It has to be done for a long time. दीर्घ काल, 1-2 दिन का बात नहीं है. अगर आप मंजिल में पहुंचने चाहते हो तो बारंबार आपको दीर्घ काल उस पर लगे रहना चाहिए. 1 दिन का बात, 1-2 दिन नहीं है. What our problem is, we fix a goal, we follow for 1 month, then we leave it, do something else. ऐसे नहीं होगा. जो पकड़ना है उसके पीछे you have to be mentally ready to spend your time for a long time, dirghakal, first. Then, nairantena, nirantar karna padega, without break, without interruption. Ours is, we meditate for a day, give a gap for 2 days, come the 3rd day, aise nahi hoga. You have to fix a time for your study, for meditation, for whatever you are doing, a fixed time, and that has to be repeated on the same time every day. Dirghakal, for a long time. Every day in nirantar, dirghakal for a long period. Period and frequency, both are guaranteed. And that's not enough. 3rd point is, satkara asevito. This is the point where you fail. We do for a long time, we do daily. This is the subject we fail. We do not love the thing we are doing. It's told, satkara asevito. You have to love the subject which you want to be perfected. In a school, I was very weak in English. My headmaster called me that what is the reason for your poor marks? तो आप अंग्रेजी में क्या असुविधा होता है? तो मैंने बोला मैं डरता हूँ. बोली देखो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. डरने से नहीं होगा, तुम इंग्लिश को प्यार करना चाहिए. अरे बाबा इंग्लिश को कैसे प्यार करेंगे? उनने बताया इंग्लिश किताब है वो नज़दीक में रखो और डेली तुम उसको पढ़ते रहो. पढ़ते पढ़ते तुम्हारा उसके साथ प्यार बन जाएगा. जब प्यार बनेगा तो तुम अपने आप पढ़ोगे. तुम यू स्कोर वेरी हाई. आई फॉलोड द मेथड एंड आई वाज वेरी वेरी सक्सेसफुल. सरप्राइज्ड. ये क्यों नहीं होता है? बिकॉज वी डू नॉट लव द सब्जेक्ट वी आर एंटरिंग. यू वांट टू बी ए डॉक्टर, योर फादर टोल्ड यू टू बी एन इंजीनियर. मजबूर होकर पढ़ना पड़ता है, नहीं होगा. जो कर रहे हो उसमें आपको पूरा दिल लगाना पड़ेगा. एंड देन you know that you will be successful. Everyone has the capacity to become the top in that subject. Unfortunately, here the ranking system is different, first, second, third. When I was doing my postgraduate studies in North America, I was surprised to find here in IIT we had first, second, third. There is no first, second, third. There is no rank. You say A plus A, then B plus B, bus. Excellent, good, mediocre, average. I said, where is there is no first, second. Everybody is equally competent to become first. That is the marjada they give to the students. Each person has the capacity to become excellent, and when he become excellent, they become equal. There is no first, second. Everyone have the equal opportunity to become excellent. That is the marking in the foreign universities. So here also Sri Ramakrishna saying that there is equal opportunity, equal possibility for everyone to realize God, provided they do it with sincere longing, and longing will be ensured by this Abhyasa Yoga. The secret of practice, Abhyas. Abhyas means the three things. You have to do it for a long time, regularly, with love. अगर प्यार से आप जो ध्यान करने एक टाइम कर दिया, इस समय में आप ध्यान करूँगा, वो समय पकड़ के ना आज 7 बजे, कल 6 बजे, कल 5 बजे से नहीं होगा. फिक्स टाइम, फिक्स इट योर सेल्फ. And for a long time, when you sit down, you love the subject, you love God, seek for His grace, grace will descend. When you are studying, fix a time for this subject, this study. Same time, you do it for a long time, you will become successful. But then, that confidence should be within you. You must be having tremendous faith that I have the capacity, I can and I will. This is the secret of success. Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda is giving us the golden advice. Let us implement it in our life and become successful and receive His grace here and now. We'll continue this subject further in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam ananta rupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai ईशावतारं परमेशमिड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामः. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ तत्सत्. श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Now we close with the chanting of the Lord with an announcement that as we have the youth class today from 5 o'clock for Vivekananda Yuva Sangha. From today we are forming, we have a Gadadhar Abhyuday Prakalp for children of age group 6 to 12. Similarly, we are forming one Narendra Kishore Sangha for the age group of 13 to 19. So they'll have a different WhatsApp group and a different section for their discussion under the guidance of Swami Ramadhishananda. Second point is tomorrow is the Janmashtami Puja. All of you are welcome. The evening program I have already uploaded in your respective groups. That Vivekananda Yuva Sangha and our that Lucknow Bhakta Malika, Ramakrishna Seva Samiti, etc. If any one of you is not connected in any of the groups, please after the class tell our person Prahlad, he will include you. And tomorrow there is a program in the morning and a program in the evening. You know, Sri Krishna was born in the midnight, so a program not in the midnight, from the evening. We have a special puja, there will be Shamnam Sankirtan, a discourse on Srimad Bhagavatam by me on the nativity of Sri Krishna, how was he born, and then a dance program by the Gadadhar Abhyuday Prakalpa children. Very nice dance and drama they do, Krishna Leela. And then there will be prasad for everyone tomorrow. But morning there is a special program, that there will be the recitation of Bhagavad Gita. Now, you know there are 700 verses in the Bhagavad Gita, spread over 18 long chapters. The one small girl named Aryama Shukla, 9-year-old, she will recite the entire Bhagavad Gita verbatim, without seeing any book, continuously, without break, for 2.5 hours, tomorrow in the temple. This is a sight to see, that is such a small girl reciting the entire Bhagavad Gita verbatim, out of memory, continuous, chapter after chapter. Now for any one of us to sit down for 2 hours is difficult. She is not only sitting, she is reciting without break. Now that is to see and to understand that every one of us has that capacity within us. She is not born some कोई अलौकिक प्रतिभा नहीं है, सबके भीतर उतना ही शक्ति विद्यमान है. If we sincerely long for it, then we can also exhibit that power. This is a indication of self-realization. इनको देखने पर आपको पता चलेगा आप कितने महान हो, उसका शक्ति आपके भीतर भी है. कम से कम अगर समय मिलेगा आके, कल लाइब्रेरी will be closed, but if you happen to come tomorrow, it will be done from 9 to 12, 9 to 11:30. There will be then distribution of prasad. You just come and see how that child is reciting, and that will give an indication that you also can be equally great like her. We close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om Ramakrishna Hare Om